The people that I knew as in those days, they were rich people. One of the richest man in my place was the one that tire our community, give us lights. As I'm looking at their compound, everywhere grass.
I know I have heard about people stealing his things. My mother has also gone through that experience, people stealing her things. And I'm also going through it, people stealing my things. All that is making me very uncomfortable, that is making me go look for something to protect myself.
Daddy, I really want to say thank you so much for this particular 7 night of possibilities. This one is just different because of my experience. Immediately these flyers came out, the one that is our own. I've been using it to pray. So I decided to reach home and I look at the community the way it is, so that way if I'm praying, I will know what I prayed for. I look at everywhere, I move around, I take KK and move around. They didn't even know that I was the one. So when I came back, my mother was so shocked to see me because there was no notice. There are two things I observe in that community. Number one, the people that I knew as in those days, they were like rich people. As I'm looking at their compound, everywhere grass. And I have to come back and I ask myself. In fact, one of the richest man in my place was the one that tire our community, give us lights and all of. But as I'm talking to you now, everywhere quiet. The other one, everywhere is just like that. And in my own compound, there is this question I asked my mom because of this particular gun issue. Remember, my two brothers died because of this same gun. And me, I would have died here because of this. The same gun people would have killed me here when we were coming to the church. And then I have to ask my mom, what is going on? This gun matter. My mother told me that in our community in those days, my father was the first person that bought this CG125, double exhaust broom broom. So he said there was a lot of armed robbers in those days. They will patrol, they will steal people, they will put one long stick like this, somebody will fall, they will collect the bag and all of those things. So in those days, my father was working for one because he was a civil servant, he was working somewhere. So because of this, my father had to go and buy gun and said any day they come across him, he will just finish them. He used to put his gun with his rain boots and he will be driving. So when they come out, he will open fire and all of them will run away. And I have to start back. When he died, my senior brother checked that gun and he removed it. He see that way whether they say he threw it away. I don't know how he did it. It was one small piece thing that I had license then. And I have to remember that when this thing happened to my brothers, God bear me witness, I make arrangement the kind of gun that I want to buy. I've already concluded the arrangement. And they told me how I will go and get my license from Enugu State. Once I buy the bomb passion, if I need AK-47, this is where I will go and get it and use the bomb passion license and cover up the AK-47. I will go there and be battle. I say, so this is where this thing was coming from.
Is somebody learning anything? Is somebody discovering anything? Two of his brothers were shot dead within
2 months.
He made up his mind he will go and buy his own gun. So which means it was the gun your father bought that brought gun into the family. And that gun should be destroyed spiritually and be rooted out so that anything that has to do with gun will not draw near you. They would have killed you just around there. God, in his mercy, made them, they only shot, carried the car and left.
So I asked my mother, has he used the gun to kill? You have the history that he has killed anybody with the gun before? He said no, but he has a season that he will use the gun. Maybe he's leaving the house very early in the morning, around that kind, 5 a.m. He will carry it because that is the time that they used to stand. But if it is not in the night time, he will not go with it. He has a license for the gun.
Since there's gun, your father used gun. Check very well. Stray bullet he shot must have killed innocent person. And when blood cries for vengeance, the criminal in your community, why is it is your family he targeted? Within 2 months, he killed 2 young people. And finally, he's dead as well. Abi? The police killed him. Am I? I'm talking spiritual. Something opened the door. So now, like the first prayer now, pacify. Now stand in the gap. You weren't there when your father was using his gun to scare away evil men. Not that he did evil, but in the course of... Have you not heard that people were in their room, straying bullets went and killed his own daughter? That girl would have died. So now, assuming that straying bullet killed somebody, the people will not bless because they know it's gone, it's bullets, and they will release curse. And the man may not even know he has killed somebody. He just shot to disperse armed robbers and go his way. Now, that opened. No matter the collected bike or this, when there is blood crying, my people, this is why this meeting, this program, if you looking at me, you don't take it serious. If anything that happens to you, your blood will be on your head. So there is need you stand in the gap and begin to cry unto God, oh Lord, whatsoever now gone has been mentioned, gone has entered into your father's house through your father, and now gone has killed 2 people. And if not God that intervened, you would have bought stronger one. And you've concluded the arrangement so that gun will continue. Gun will not leave this family, which means death through gun will not stop in this family. Do you understand what I'm saying? So stand in the gap. This prayer point is just whatever, whether straying bullet killed, it was your father that shot. Or what he may not be aware that what he did has done something to, not even the armed robbers, to innocent person. And that blood touched the ground. And the ground that took the blood is crying. The gods of the land, there are 2 things working here. The gods of the land said your father has killed innocent person. Now, if there was no gun around your father's house, and this, I was still wondering, how come within 2 months, 2 young men has been killed in your father's house, innocently, which means, thank God that you are making this discovery, that your father owned a gun, and he used it to scare armed robbers away. It could be the straying bullets that caused the trouble, that made blood to be crying through gun. So stand in the gap, pacify the cry, and command such to depart from your generation, and it will come to an end.
Thank you, Daddy. So when I came back, I said, let me go to one of my friend's place and just visit him. I stayed here. I was sleeping that side. I didn't go back to the hotel that they paid for me. So I had a dream that night. It's like, for that my community, I was standing at the front of one filling station. I was discussing with somebody. The Mopo people loaded with fan. If you see the way they open bullet on me, they shoot like this. In fact, I have to wake up, and because one of the bullets come directly to my forehead, I have to touch like this. I was starting to tell my wife some things. And I woke up, I saw my hand, I was touching my head like this because I felt one bullet landed on my forehead. So it was that serious, and I woke up, I was praying. I said, what is it? At the end of the day, I said, okay, now I understand that I'm about to touch somewhere, and
exactly
something will happen. Praise the Lord.
He went and he was using keke to move around to see. Now when he slept, he said, hey, so you've come to discover who we are. They began to shoot him. It's a sign that something is about to happen.
Based on what he just said now, I don't know. Is it a sin for somebody? Because like Yesterday, I was in my house when they were telling me the story of how some group of people went to somebody's shop. I know how that woman has been struggling. I don't know where she got money to stock her shop. And they went, passed through the ceiling, packed everything, including the broom. She used to sweep that shop. I was very angry. I was like, I came back home. I was telling my children, I'm going to make investigation on how somebody will get a gun to protect himself, and I will go and learn how to shoot. Yes, I have that kind of mind. Now you are saying that somebody got a gun. Is it a sin to get a gun to protect yourself? Is it evil if the gun is licensed? Is there anything bad in that?
If the gun is licensed, there's no evil. But now, this season, we are going to check our background. In your father's house or your mother's house, was there a story told that your grandmom or your granddad labored? After too much of labor, enemies went and carried it? Or in their barn, because how they knew rich people is how big your barn, yam barn, it was, and then how many goats you have. So was there something like losses? Was their grandfather a hunter or whatever? That's a question.
My grandfather was not a hunter, but he was SAG. And I know I have heard about people stealing his things. My mother has also discovered, gone through that experience, people stealing her things. And I'm also going through it, people stealing my things, you know. All that is making me very uncomfortable, that my spirit is vexed with anger, that is making me go look for something to protect myself, because they are seeing Christianity as stupidity.
Okay. Now, what I will suggest is, now you've seen stealing, laboring, and somebody cutting away from your father's side, from your mom's side. I think what you should labor is to stop it. Because if you don't stop it, it will continue. And now move to your children. Now, going to buy a gun to protect yourself cannot stop it, because that door to come to steal has been opened. Peradventure they come, and in the course of defending yourself, either you shoot and kill or they shoot and kill you. I think the better thing is to stop anything that will make people's eye be on your thing. I think that's the safest. So you pluck out their eyes spiritually, let them mind their own business, and let you mind, and then separate yourself from your mother's womb. That whatsoever your dad suffered, your mom suffered, you can't continue suffering it. I think it's safer and better to be on the prevention to cure. Do you understand? Okay, God bless you. In these 7 nights tagged family liberation, let me tell you, brother, sister, your family, your community, the environment where you do your business, whatsoever that held you bound all these years, in these 7 nights, the chains shall be broken. In these 7 nights, the yoke shall be shattered. In these 7 nights, the impossible shall become possible. Let me tell you, what stopped your fathers will not stop you. What stopped your mothers will not stop you. What stopped your community will not stop you. This is your season to triumph. This is your season to excel. This is your season to rejoice. Can I tell somebody? Come 7th through to 13th of October 2024, heaven is gathering momentum. There's going to be showers of blessings. that's going to, let me tell you, this time around, the power of Jehovah will move in such a manner that the hidden will know that Jehovah is God. I say the hidden will know that Jehovah is God.